go get the bread. I gotta go ahead and clip up this man. She all in her feelings, she giving me sex. I got a slack, sweat on my ass. Count up on the move, that's a digital day. They been just losing, I'm living these fads. Never go broke cause I got me a stage. I could never ever live in the past. I gotta wake up to go get the bread. I gotta go ahead and clip up this man. She all in her feelings, she giving me sex. I got a slack, sweat on my ass. I gotta wake up and go get the bread. I gotta go ahead and clip up this man. She all in her feelings, she giving me sex. I got a slack, sweat on my ass. Count up on the move, that's a digital day. They been just losing, I'm living these fads. Never go broke cause I got me a stage. I could never ever live in the past. I gotta wake up and go get the bread. I gotta go ahead and clip up this man. She all in her feelings, she giving me sex. I got a slack, sweat on my ass.
Live from the lab.
Just run it down their throat.
Three tight ends. Hurts will pull it on play action, and it's dropped by Dallas Goedert.
We'll get a good look right here. Ball. Heel. Oh,
wow. Ricochets right to Landon Collins. It was ruled incomplete. The punt team was on the field, and it went right off his heel.
Oh, wow. What a break. So they can keep the same defensive personnel and try to attack it with the run game.
Gibson leaping into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Go. Hurts the swing pass to Sanders. A lot of traffic out there and nowhere to go. He looked up. William Jackson and Jeremy Reeves were right there to turn him away.
And that was Cole Holcomb had to make a decision. Do I take the underneath route or the over-the-top route? Jalen Hurts just moved him with his eyes.
And Hurts dropped by Rotimi. His first sack and a loss of 2.
Way at the top of your screen up there. Just working, you know, that makes it tough on a lineman because you're trying to work inside the pocket.
Not been an easy task for anybody this year to do that. Hurts on second down. Nobody open, in trouble, and he's sacked for the second time. The ball's out. A turnover in Landon Collins. So it's first down Washington at the 47. And Garrett Gilbert taking a deep shot. Got a man open. Jump ball caught. McLaurin inside the 10. First and goal Washington. At the bottom of your screen on first down and 10. Gilbert will check it short. Nice catch on the high throw. Ricky Seals-Jones into Eagles territory.
Especially if Philly can keep running it.
Hill back in, 2nd and 8. Pressure up the middle. Hurts in some trouble, and Hurts goes down. Career high in sacks for Jonathan Allen now with 8.5.
Impressive throw.
Third down and 1. Play action.
Got him.
Gilbert fires, caught. It's the tight end Bates lunging across the goal line. He'll be down inside the 2. Patterson in the backfield with Gilbert. It'll be Patterson who gets the carry, fighting his way to the goal line. He's in for a Washington touchdown.
You're going to see Humphreys go across and block, and they're going to hit this thing right up inside. It's just double teams across the board. And the running back's job, find a crease. A young quarterback got ready to play, an inexperienced quarterback, I should say, in just his second start.
What's going on, people? Week 16, Sports on the Hill podcast, Washington football, pregame breakdown. As I said, week 16, Dallas week. Once again, we know what happened 2 weeks ago. We're not going to talk about that right now because that'll be a whole nother show in itself. I'm hoping this week it's going to be another hard fought game for this team to beat the Cowboys this week. Cowboys have already clinched the playoffs, and I believe if they defeat Washington tonight, they will be NFC East champs. So Washington's playoff hopes are on the line if they lose tonight. I believe they're pretty much out of the wild card chase. They have an uphill battle against this top rated offense, missing key pieces. Well, I'm not even gonna say key pieces, but missing pieces on defense. Again, we have more COVID issues with the team. Some players coming back, some players are going out. But it's going to be an interesting game for Sunday Night Football. If you noticed, it's a little bit early for pregame, but we got At the Bar Radio, as you see. I'm at the bar already. Doing the pregame, we'll have At the Bar starting at 6, and then do my post game after the game is over, break down everything. Hopefully, it'll be a victorious post game. But as I said, they have a uphill battle against this team. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the numbers real quick because, as I said, we got At the Bar Radio at 6. So I'm gonna just jump on real quick, give my rundown, my keys to victory, and some of the COVID issues that's going on with the team and who's, as of right now, out and who's in. I don't have the inactives list because that won't come out to about 30 minutes before the game. But going over the stats real quick, Heineke, he should be returning off the COVID list that was put out there, I believe, 2 days ago. So he's good to go. He's 278 for 418, 2,931 yards, 19 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 89.9 quarterback rating. Dak Prescott, 337 attempts. 337 completions out of 492 attempts, 3,598 yards, 25 touchdowns, 10 interceptions with a 98.1 quarterback rating. And I also have to mention his 8-1 record against the Washington football team. Definitely have to make him uncomfortable this game, and he was just in the groove 2 weeks ago. You gotta get him off his spot and make him make some quick decisions, or hopefully make some mistakes. Running game time decision for Antonio Gibson. His turf toe that he had last year, he re-aggravated that against the Eagles on Tuesday. He's a game time decision. He's has 231 carries, 862 yards with a 3.73 yard average, 6 touchdowns and 4 fumbles. That's been his main issue of the season. That's too many fumbles. But as I said, he's a wide receiver converting to running back in only his second full year playing running back. So you got to expect some growing pains. Unfortunately, it's the fumbles, and it's always at key times. It's not when it's during junk time or, the game is already in hand. It's been in crucial time, so can't have that happening. Ezekiel Elliott, 201 carries, 862 yards also. He has a 4.29 yard average with 9 touchdowns and 1 fumble. Excuse me. Terry McLaurin has 63 catches for 859 yards with a 13.63 yard average and 5 touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb has 70 receptions for 940 yards with a 13.93 and 6 touchdowns. Offensively, the Cowboys have the upper hand. They have very versatile wide receivers. CeeDee Lamb and get him in open space. He's a problem. He makes people miss. Elliott, they've been pretty good at containing him the last 5 or 6 games. I'm thinking they should be able to hold him down with the running game. But it's all about, getting pressure on Dak. You got to make him uncomfortable in the pocket. You got to, get some sacks on him. And you got to, get him off his spot when he's just getting into a rhythm like we saw, just pitch and throw, pitch and catch. But that's going to be kind of hard with some of the issues in the secondary with health-wise and COVID issue-wise. William Jackson is already ruled out for the game with the calf injury. That means Kendall Fuller will probably be moving over to the number 1 spot. That means Danny Johnson will be in the slot, and Darryl Roberts will be on the outside. He got to start last week. He ran all 71 snaps on defense, and he played pretty well, for his first work of the season. Curtis Samuel is also a game-time decision. I'm already just ready to tell him this to put it on the shelf till next year, man. He hasn't been healthy all season. We don't want to re-aggravate that groin and then it cost him more time in the offseason and might slow him going into training camp next year. I think, depending on the outcome of this game, if they win, they might keep him active. If they lose, they might put him on the shelf also, because they also designated Landon Collins for the IR. I believe that was I can't remember what it was they put him on IR for. I can't remember. I know McClissick, it was for his neck. Daniel Wise for his knee. I also have to mention the Shazer Everett is on the non-football injury related list after the car crash he was in a few days ago where a young lady lost her life. I'm sorry, I didn't write her name down. No disrespect to her, but the investigation is still pending. He apparently walked away with minor injuries. Unfortunately, she lost her life, and you know we'll find out more down the road. Hopefully, they're still investigating. Let's see what else is. Oh, 4 assistant coaches are also on the COVID list. Last week it was 8, so hopefully that's getting straightened out. Also, who's off the COVID list? We know Taylor Heineke, Kyle Allen, Cam Curl, and as I mentioned, Kendall Fuller. They're all off the COVID list. Offensive and defensive stats. Make sure it's there. All right. Offensively, Washington averages 346 yards a game, which is 20th. Dallas is number 1 with 414 yards. Passing the ball, Washington is 21st with 210 yards. Dallas is 6th with 275. Rushing the ball, Washington is 14th with 118 yards a game. Dallas is averaging 125 yards a game, which is 6th. Points, Washington puts up 20 points a game, which is 23rd in the league. Dallas averages 28.6 points a game, which is 2nd in the league. And third down conversions, Washington is 17th with 39.3 percentage on offense, and Dallas is 41.3, which is 13th. Which is 13th in the league. Defensively, Washington, especially after that game last week with Philly, ran for over 200 yards. We'll be breaking that game down. Not sure if we're going to have Sports on the Hill podcast tomorrow. I'm not sure. I still haven't decided. Since the hockey season has been shut down, I'm going to do my pregame and postgame with the Washington football team. You might take it off tomorrow night for the holiday. Not sure yet, but I'll definitely make that decision and let you all know by tomorrow, 9 o'clock. Defensively, total yards, Washington gives up 375 yards a game, which is 23rd. Dallas gives up 374, which is 22nd. That's crazy. Passing the ball, Washington is 30th, giving up 260 yards a game. Dallas is 22nd, giving up 245. Rushing the ball, after that, as I said, giving up 200 yards last week to Philly. Washington is giving up 103 yards a game, which is 8th. Dallas is giving up 111, which is 13th. Points, Washington is giving up 24.9, which is 24th in the league. Dallas is giving up 20.9, which is 7th in the league. And third down conversions, Washington is still not at the bottom, but near the bottom at 31st in the league with a 49.2 percentage given up on third down conversions. And Dallas is, can't even read my own damn handwriting. Well, Dallas gives up 31.8, which is first. I'm sorry, yeah, that's why I couldn't read it. It's a 1. With the defense that they've been running, we got a dose of that 2 weeks ago with them getting their pass rushers back and the potential probable rookie of the year, Micah Parsons, had a field day. Hopefully Scott Turner has a better game plan and not play into their hands by passing the ball too much, establish the run, which is getting us into my keys of victory, which is always number 1, run the ball and have balance on offense. You cannot play into their hands like we did the last 2 weeks and throwing the ball against Dallas, against their returning pass rushers, and with your 4th-string center and, injured players out. And then last week with a quarterback you signed 3 days before the game, you throw the ball 31 times on the ball and only run the ball 22. I understand they weren't getting, big yards on the run. I understand they were low in the box. But they were doing that on a 4-game winning streak, and what? We still ran the ball. Antonio Gibson was still leading the league in rushing in those 4 games. He had the most touches of any running back in the league in those 4 games. And they were what? 4 victories. They also dominated in time of possession, averaging over 37 minutes a game. Offense can't score if they don't have the ball. But if you keep throwing the ball and going 3 and out, wearing your defense down. You saw the results of the last 2 weeks. We saw what happens when this defense gets rest, when the offense is running the ball. The play action game opens up off of that. I've had folks try to argue me the backwards the reverse. You got to throw the ball to open up the running game. Not when you're going against pass rushers that's been coming off of, injured lists and a beat up offensive line with the quarterback that's, still trying to find his way, hasn't even made a full season of starts in his career. So you want to try to help him. Running game helps him. Play action passes help him. Not, slinging and chucking the ball down the field. Oh, it's a passing league now. You're talking about the pass he threw to Terry. Yeah, okay, he had one deep completion out of all the ones he threw. It's not a good average. Not winning football. You saw winning football in 4-game winning streak. You saw what happened in the last 2 games when you pass happy against a division rival, no less. So now you've lost 2 division games in a row. On the verge of possibly getting knocked out of the playoffs with a loss tonight. So sometimes you just got to do football one-on-one, man. You just got to run the ball down people's throats sometimes. Control the line of scrimmage. Control the ball. You control the game. Which goes into number 2, play to your strengths. We saw what the strength of this team is, running the ball. Defense forced turnovers last week. They had a 10-0 lead in the first quarter. Why are you still throwing the ball? You should be trying to establish the run then, because you got a 10-point lead. But you throwing the ball with a quarterback you just picked up off the street, off the practice squad from another team 3 days before. Granted, he was in the system 3 years ago, but he's also been learning New England's playbook for the whole season. So it ain't like he's going to know it like the back of his hand. So you did him no favors, Scott, just like you did Heineke no favors the week before. Number 3, no turnovers. His offense isn't good enough to try to recover from giving up turnovers. We saw yesterday with Cleveland, Baker Mayfield, 3 interceptions. Aaron Rodgers, 3 touchdowns off of those interceptions. That was the game. Got to protect the ball. Can't make bad decisions, and especially this late in the season. And as opposed to no turnovers, you got to force turnovers. Got to turn the ball over. We got to get the ball out of Dallas' hands. We got to steal some possessions, flip some field positions to help this offense and to aid this defense who are missing pieces. Number 4, 3rd down conversions. Get off the field on defense and stay on the field on offense. Find a way to extend these drives. Defense, find a way to get off the field. There's probably going to be a heavy passing offense. Like I said, with missing pieces, they're probably going to run a lot more zone than they are man, because William Jackson is the man corner. So it's my bad. Robbie had a question. He said, "Sorry, I'm late, but who is the quarterback tonight?" Heineke's starting tonight. He cleared the COVID protocol. Kyle Allen also cleared the COVID protocol. So both of the quarterbacks are healthy and ready to go for the game. Hopefully we won't have to see both of them. We just have to see one. But 3rd down conversions, defense, got to get off the field. That 49.2 is horrible. Yeah, we know Dallas is a pass-heavy team. As I mentioned, they average 414 yards total. 275 of that is passing. They run the ball late in the game when they have the lead and they're milking the clock, because most teams are throwing the ball too much, letting their pass rush get to them, forcing turnovers like we saw, or getting the team off the field and having the offense having no rhythm, which we saw. So I'm hopeful that Scott Turner goes back and look at what he did on that 4-game winning streak and the way he was calling plays and setting his plays up and disguising his plays to what he was doing the last 2 weeks. And number 5, as Robbie just asked about, the quarterback situation. Heineke, we need the good Heineke. We need the Heineke that's, when he get hit, something happens, he steps it up. He makes those. We saw some pinpoint accurate throws earlier, and especially in that 4-game winning streak. So we need the good Heineke out there. We need the one that's extending plays with his feet when he needs to, that's protecting himself, that's getting out of bounds, that's, you know, making the right play calls at the line changes and everything. Now that's the Heineke we need tonight. Because they won't have to play a damn near perfect game to beat the Cowboys. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. But that's about it. I'm about to get out of here. Because as I said, we got to get ready for At the Bar Radio starting at 6. So who we got on tonight?
Young Anomaly.
We got Young Anomaly tonight, another young independent artist we're going to have on, interview, play his music. So tune in, same feed, same channel, just a little bit later. CP3, live from At the Bar Radio, Washington football team pregame. Make sure you check us out. DC Sports About the Politics. It's not just a catchphrase. It's not just a motto. It's what we do.